having the courage to call out a failing system. Many people on earth right now are suffering, and the depth of their suffering is generated by a world model that is based on a dysfunctional idea. And that dysfunctional idea is something that collectively we have bought into, figuratively and literally, as the way of the world. But the depth of the unsuccess of this model, we are not, at our current state of awareness and evolution, willing to admit or willing to address. As we see more and more pollution, as we see more and more corruption, as we see more and more suffering in this world, we see that the system of life on earth in its current form is not successful. Terence McKenna, the great philosopher, says communism failed, but communism had enough humility to admit that it failed, whereas capitalism has failed, but doesn't have enough humility to admit that it's failed. So when we look at the real state of the world, we see that either we continue on the path that we're going, following an economic model that is unsustainable for the health of our planet, or we adopt a new model. And if you look at history, you can see that we've adopted plenty of models at different stages. It's not an impossibility for radical change to revolutionize Earth on this planet with new technologies, new ideas, new jobs, and a new system of organization that enables every sovereign, free, spirited individual to find their place, to find their purpose, and to live their life in truth, in harmony, and in balance on this planet. And so the provocation is, what is the next model of human existence that can enable us to step up to the challenges that we're facing as a community and as a species, not perpetuate the problem, and be actively working on the solutions? This provocation is not an easy one because it takes a special kind of suffering for a person to examine why things are the way they are for themselves and for this planet. And collectively, we don't seem to have that faculty of deep self-analysis and awareness to go, yeah, you know what, this isn't working and maybe we need to try something else. And part of the reason for that is because of our education system that teaches the respect of authority, the unquestioning of authority, and the lack of critical analytic skills that help us to address issues and find viable solutions to them. And so in a new form of consciousness, co-creation, relationship with one another, it's important that we recognize some fundamental truths that can unite us rather than the illusions that have separated us. And the most important realization that any sincere being can ever come to is that we're all in this together. We're all part of the same family of life on Earth. The planet herself requires our cooperation with her and our respect of her. And greed is not a successful model for your well-being or your soul. What is it that can rebirth our planet to a new platform? What is it that can rebirth ourselves to re-envision life on this planet with greater hope and love and cooperation? What is it that can heal us and restore us and bring us back to coherence in a world of too many signals and too much interference. I leave these questions to be prompted and asked internally. Thank you.